Hey there, YouTube. That's right, that's right. It's me, the white, one half of the Decent Bright Show. Alongside, as always, the Caribbean Casanova, the Hungarian heartthrob K-Bird, with special guest, my brother, from the same mother, Lulu Blanco. Hey, hey, hey.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Just chilling, man. Shooting the breeze, binge watching How I Met Your Mother on Netflix. Yes. That show is awesome.
That's one of the best shows on earth. I didn't like how they ended it though.
Yeah. That didn't suck, but I only saw the ending on YouTube, so I was like, oh, it'd be a good time to watch How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
It's always a good time to watch How I Met Your Mother.
It's always a good time to watch How I Met Your Mother and Scrubs.
What did you say?
How I Met Your Mother and Scrubs.
I've never seen Scrubs.
You never seen Scrubs?
No. That made me un-American?
Yes, that's you're un-American now. As far as I know, you're from England.
Screw you. We talk better.
Oh man. But we got a lot of topics to cover today. A lot of things have happened in the past month. And one of the craziest things that I saw on YouTube recently was the new Suicide Squad trailer, which
I don't know about
you don't know about the suicide, like you don't feel good about it.
I know about it. It's just I don't know. Like the first trailer I saw, I was like, oh snap, this looks high. Second trailer, I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna watch it, but it's more like
it's kind of in between for you right now.
Yeah. Like, I'm still confused on who they're actually fighting. I don't know.
I don't know either. I thought it would be Joker, but I don't know who they're actually going against. For all I know, they could be like, hey, you're I don't know. It's the trailer didn't show much.
I don't know. It's just like with the Suicide Squad, I get the whole concept of it. 8 criminals save the world, blah blah blah. Will erase time off your sentence. But it's like, who are you gonna fight?
Yeah.
Like any big enough threat. Technically, the Justice League is gonna be there, so.
Yeah. So, who would Suicide Squad go against, and how would be entertaining? I can see that.
It could be like a political thing where if the Justice League got involved, it'd cause worldwide panic and whatnot. But this group of villains, nobody's really gonna care. Some villains stood up because they're just gonna get put down again. It'd be like they'd be going up against the Queen of Bialia or something.
Yeah. Huh.
I don't know.
Like story wise, I don't really know much of it, but like, what do you think about how the characters acted in the trailer?
Harley Quinn is cool. I like Harley Quinn. I like her character. She kind of embodies the cartoon Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
I almost want to say she sounds just like her. Jared Leto as Joker.
Yeah.
I like his angle. I like his angle from what I saw. Will Smith was too Independence Day for me. Yeah.
Yeah, he.
Time to save the world. Yeah.
Like, time to save the world. No, don't.
Yeah. I'm gonna need Will Smith be more Hancock and less Independence Day.
Yeah, because if he goes back to doing that, it's not gonna be entertaining as much, you know. If he's all like the lead, if he's all like the leader, let's go do this, let's save the world type of deal, you know.
Right.
It's, you know.
I don't know. Like they didn't show too much. They just showed Croc. Like he barely had any lines.
Yeah.
Captain Boomerang. I mean, to me, I gotta see them in dialogue, and you know, like if there's anything like the Arkham Asylum cartoon,
yeah,
you know, I need to see how they interact with each other.
Yeah.
You know,
which is kind of interesting as well, because a lot of people are seeing that the DC and all that stuff, they're all serious and all serious comics and stuff like that. And a lot of people think that this would be like DC's kind of Guardians of the Galaxy, where it would have a lot of humor instead of action. Do you really see it or perceive it that way?
I don't see it like that, because even visually, the Guardians of the Galaxy looked, I won't say campier, but it looked more like a comedy type action film, while this one, the trailers are just showing us a bunch of criminals, or what they tell us to be criminals, with superpowers raising all kinds of mayhem.
Yeah.
It still falls in with that DC mold. Yeah, I agree. I mean, there'll be some chuckles here and there, you know, like a punchline here or there, or a ha-ha, you know, but for the most part, it's more like it's more dark.
Yeah.
You know, like Seabright said, Guardians of the Galaxy was more not campy, but like you could see the cartoon bubbles and the yellow boxes, you know, coming on the screen.
It seemed more fun.
Know, with the Suicide Squad and the Batmans, it's more like you can boom, 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 boom. I don't know. It's more Justice League Unlimited, Justice League cartoon-ish.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, Guardians of the Galaxy is like X-Men and Spiderman. You could just see the bubbles come up. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's just me. You know, the bam booms and the blam on screen. Yeah, pow.
Like that.
When Wolverine brings out his claws, sweet.
Be like that Sky High movie.
I did enjoy Sky High. I mean, to me, it depends on who's being portrayed.
Yeah.
For instance, Punisher. I don't want no campy, you know, bubbles and all that other stuff. Punisher is supposed to be dark.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Daredevil on Netflix. Did anybody see that?
I saw some episodes of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that, because you know Daredevil has a dark history, and you know, so I expect those to be dark. I expect those to be filled with blood and mayhem. You know, like the Dark Knight Returns. You know, I expect it like that. Killing, blowing up, you know, a lot of mayhem and destruction. Guardians of the Galaxy, you got a tree and a raccoon. I expect that to be comical and hilarious.
Yeah.
You know. All right, when you say it like that, it just sounds ridiculous. Yeah. You know, you got a tree and a raccoon who are best friends, and you know, their leader is like half human, half some other alien. You know, I just expect that to be hilarious. You know, now I'm not saying that Marvel can't do dark storylines. I mean, there have been plenty of dark storylines with the Dark Phoenix saga and the Phoenix Force and Cyclops killing Professor X. Yeah. You know, but it's like, you know, as far as movie-wise, when you watch the Avengers and Tony Stark is making jokes, you know, please be a trapdoor, please be a trapdoor, yay! You know, it's stuff like that where you don't see that in the new, in the new trailers for Superman v Batman or Man of Steel, stuff like that.
Yeah, like DC is more of the it's not all serious, but in the front lines it's more serious, while Marvel is like the polar opposite of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, I do believe that this new Captain America movie coming up, it will have some hee ha ha's, but I think that they're trying to get more serious as setting up towards the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Where they have to be, well, not have to be, but the Civil War was a very serious cartoon or a very serious comic.
Yeah.
So I do believe it'll be more dark than it is comedy.
Yeah, it's gonna be more serious and stuff with that, which is also interesting because like Joe Russo, I believe his name is. He's one of the guys who is working on the Infinity War, and he said there's going to be in the Infinity War movies, which is 2 parts. If nobody knows that, it's 60. There's going to be like 67 characters in it. Well, at least, that's where their drawing board is right now, having 67 characters in it, and that's ranging from all these different characters from different Civil War comics.
Right.
Yeah, which is, do you think that's going to be a little too hectic to keep contained in a movie, or that's why they're like in 2 parts, or do you think they could pull it off?
I think that's why. But I want to think that's why it's in 2 parts. Because if you think about it, you have one team that attempts to try and defeat Thanos as he reaches Earth. They fail. They have to fall back, retreat, and gather back up to take the fight to him the second time around.
Yeah.
It makes sense. I mean, because let's look at it. The Avengers have Thor, Hulk, Black Widow, Falcon, and Hawkeye, and Vision now. So you got 6 people fighting a guy who is literally one of the strongest enemies in the Marvel Universe. Even without the Infinity Gauntlet, he's still super strong.
Yeah.
And super smart. And then, you expect those 6 to take him down and his horde of his army.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to need help, which I'm thinking that they are. It's just, it depends on who they're going to bring in. Spider-Man obviously is a choice because that's one of the main reasons why Marvel got the rights back to him.
Yeah.
Was, aside from, his pivotal role in the Civil War, was he's like one of the main people in the Marvel Universe. He makes sense. Black Panther makes sense, But then you got to think of people like Reed Richards and The Thing and Human Torch and, the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Look at all the people they already introduced. Bucky as Winter Soldier. They call them the superhumans or whatever, but, Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
You have to. And then with the Doctor Strange movie coming out, it's like, well, we keep introducing more people. So, to me, it makes sense. And like C. Bright said, that's why it's too big of a movie to just do one movie.
Yeah.
It has to be done in 2 parts.
And
you run a risk of rushing and making a potentially terrible movie.
And I also see it as like some of the movies in between, like the Civil War and the Infinity War, are gonna bleed in with the Infinity War. Like there's the Spider-Man movie in 2017, and like the Black Panther, and which is already going to be in Civil War, but Black Panther and Captain Marvel, I feel like those are going to bleed into the Infinity War for like the part 2s and stuff like that. You know,
Right.
yeah,
But then you also got to look at like Guardians of the Galaxy. Their main villain is Thanos, so they have to be in there. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, to me, that movie, those two movies have the potential of bringing in like stupid amounts of money. I'm talking about like maybe almost $1 billion opening night each because of just how massive it is.
Yeah, and how massive its following is of it.
Yeah.
I can totally see that. I can totally see that happening. And like, this is since the superhero movies have been coming out lately. You just be seeing broken record after broken record after broken record with all these stuff because there's a lot of people who really enjoy watching them and stuff like that.
Right. And it's not the fact that, you know, they're just randomly doing it. Like Marvel, whoever is behind Marvel's marketing is a genius. You know, for the fact that they did the big ones, Hulk, Captain America, Thor, they did all those.
Yeah.
But then they did, you know, Ant-Man. And then they're doing Black Panther, Captain Marvel, like you said, Doctor Strange, you know, the Inhumans. It's like they're doing it right.
Yeah.
Now, if they could just grab a hold of the Fantastic Four, you know?
Yeah.
Because that movie was horrible. I fell asleep in it twice.
See, now that's one of the things where you gotta be like Fox. Either you just sell the properties, you know, get as much as you can right now, because I don't think you're gonna get any money from like apparently they said they're gonna have like a sequel to the Fantastic Four, which I highly doubt that's gonna happen now. But I'm like, just keep away with your losses and sell it right now.
So since you brought up Spider-Man, what do you think they should do with it? Should they do like another origin story, or should they do like flashbacks? We know what happened. Now let's move on.
I feel like honestly, I think that they should do like, hey, since they already had Deadpool's with Fox though. Never mind. Go ahead.
Well, I say they just ditch the origin story because Spider-Man has been around for several decades at this point. We all know his basic origin story. There's no need to keep telling the same story over and over. And by skipping out on the origin story, you can open it up for different story aspects, including different villains. Instead of just fighting the Green Goblin, Doc Ock, and Rhino, throw in Mysterio and Kraven the Hunter. Oh, Kraven will be good. Kraven will be good. See, but my thing is that they keep missing out on a short thing.
Yeah.
Like with Venom. Like, that's like having an X-Men without Magneto. You keep, you know, that's your main thing. You know, do a nice Venom one. Because that last one was just, oh my goodness.
They're like, oh, let's throw some superheroes in there. You know, they like that. Let's put that in there.
Yeah. And I don't know about y'all, but I like cameos. They don't have to make a big role.
Yeah.
But like a main sin or something like that. Like, you know, what movie was that? I forgot what movie, but, you know, they said Gambit's name. I was like, Gambit, you know.
Yeah.
Or, what was it? Captain America Winter Soldier. They're up there on the rooftop dropping names, getting pop Stephen Strange. Hey, we know him. Stephen Strange, they're looking for him. You know, they don't have, or you know, just they don't have to fight or anything. Just like a special appearance, like they walk in and you know Stephen Strange is at a vending machine, whatever. Like, Stephen, what are you doing here? Got a meeting with the upper, whoever. Got a meeting with Reed Richards, and he walks off. Reed Richards, and So that's just me. You know, you don't have to overdo it with having people in there. You know, name dropping would be cool, or just even having, the person who's playing it, like, what's his name? Playing Doctor Strange, just have him, like, just show up, You know it's him,
Yeah.
but he's not doing anything. He just say one liner and walk off.
Yeah,
or he just stands in the background for a minute. Yeah, you just look like, is that? It is. It is.
Which would also
you get excited for the new, movie coming out, the Doctor Strange, or even if Thor just so happens to just do like what Arnold Schwarzenegger did in to The Rock in The Rundown. He walked by and said, "Have fun." He don't have to say "have fun" or whatever, but just kind of have him walk by, and then someone say, "Is that Thor?"
Yeah.
Let's just keep moving.
Which would
quick something.
Which would actually be cool if they do that in like a hinting of that in that movie, and then they put it in that clip in the actual movie of the character, and it would be like, oh my goodness, this was happening when that happened and stuff like that. That would be
like, for instance, Thor and Doctor Strange cross paths, and Nick Fury's talking to Doctor Strange, and Thor walks by, and Doctor Strange looks back, and Nick Fury's like, "Come on now, stay with me." And then, the new Thor movie, the same thing happens, and Maria Hill's talking to Thor.
Yeah.
That'll be cool.
Yeah.
You're like, that'll be cool.
But like with the Spider-Man thing, with the origin story and stuff, I would say just get rid of it. And I was honestly, sadly, since they're owned by different companies, I was thinking like Deadpool just pop up in the front of the screen, like, okay, you've seen this movie for like twice, the origin story twice now. Like we all know, we all love him. You came here, like C. White said this like beforehand, like on another podcast, I believe. He's like, yeah, just Deadpool come out like, hey, you know this origin story, let's get on to the movie, and get with like a good little, hey, that's Deadpool. That's funny. That's what Deadpool would do, and you don't even have to worry about the origin story. You can actually get on with the good stuff with a Venom or like Carnage or somebody as Spider-Man's villain.
Yeah. And my thing is, well, Fox needs to relinquish all rights to all superhero movies. They need to. First of all, I had a problem with going back to X-Men 3 when they made Juggernaut a mutant. Oh, okay, so it wasn't just me. Yeah, I was in the theaters. I was like, he's not a mutant. He should have kept running through the wall. I was like, come on, what is this? You can't just change his powers. Yeah. Oh, we'll make everybody a mutant. No, you can't. Stick to the origin as close as you can. I understand that you can't, do it like comic books, because in comic books, you can kind of have free will with your imagination.
Yeah.
But stick to it as close as you can. Juggernaut was like 6'3", maybe a solid 225, and it was like, man, he's a pushover. Like, yeah, make him huge.
Yeah.
Make him like. So then they could have did like the Goro prosthetics and just supersized them. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then green screen him something to where he's like, oh my goodness, this is Juggernaut. Juggernaut wasn't scary.
Yeah.
It was just like.
He was just a very tall dude. He was just like average height.
Yeah.
For an NBA player. It's like, yeah, he can dunk on you at the basketball court down the street, but he ain't gonna like destroy you or nothing.
No. I'm supposed to be able to sit there and think I could take Juggernaut in a fist fight. Yeah. Like, I think I got him. I get lucky and catch a solid punch. No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think Fox needs to, unless they get a director like a Josh Whedon, or Chris Nolan, one of those type of characters, they just need to leave the comic book business alone. Yeah.
And honestly, if this Deadpool movie, like, it pains me to say it, but if this Deadpool movie blows, at least their trailers were good. Like,
Yeah, the trailers and the marketing.
yeah, the trailers and the marketing was all good.
I see pictures all the time where Deadpool not only makes fun of Marvel and Fox's videos, but Warner Brothers also.
Yeah.
Like he's spray painting the Dawn of Justice posters. He's posing like he did at the Green Lantern.
Which is,
I've never seen that.
Yeah.
You haven't?
Either that's their marketing or it's like fan made. Either way, it's still pretty cool.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Deadpool breaking all kinds of fourth walls. That's
Yeah.
what you expect, you know? Me personally, I think that if this Deadpool movie is any good, that it'll open the door for more graphic rated R movies, you know?
Yeah.
And not having PG-13 movies, but like movies that don't need PG-13.
Yeah, because like if you can't go into the movie theater and then see a Punisher movie and expect it to be PG-13. Like, you can't.
It has to be rated R. Like, do you not know that he kills? Like, he doesn't kill. He kills. Like,
He Mortal Kombat kills. He does fatalities.
Yeah, just like that one mom who was like petitioning to have Deadpool PG-13. First of all, lady, it comes out the 15th of February, and this is mid-January. Good luck with trying to change it.
Yeah.
2, do you not even know who Deadpool is? No, you don't.
No.
Because if you did, then you would say, well, funny, he can't be a PG-13 movie.
Yeah. Yeah, all the comics are mature, like, or 17 plus. You can't change all that stuff and they expect the character to still be the same.
Especially after they put out the trailers and showed us what was going to be in it. Like, there's a scene, Deadpool does a flip off the car, put a bullet through 3 guys' heads. Yeah, we get to that scene in the movie, and it's filled with rainbows instead of blood. Like, what just happened? All right, never mind. That's kind of Deadpool.
That's kind of it.
That's something Deadpool would see. But it's just like, I don't know. I kind of, because I love superhero comic book movies, that I kind of defend them when it's like, this shouldn't happen. You know, like, there shouldn't be a PG superhero movie of any kind. You're fighting. You know, if you want to watch PG superhero movies, well, even
go watch The Incredibles.
The cartoon movies are PG-13. You know.
Yeah.
But it's like, just buy the Spider-Man and X-Men and Ultimate Spider series and watch those, because that is what you're going to get. You know, you're going to get those type of fighting and those type of scenes if that's what you want.
Yeah.
But what parents need to understand is these are comic books coming from the imagination of grown men and women.
Yeah.
You know, like, this is what is coming out their head.
Which is...
I don't mind a severed arm or a main character bludgeoned to death, or, you know, because it's like, this is what it's for. That's like saying, hey, 50 Shades of Grey should be PG-13. But then you're disrespecting the book and the author who wrote it the way that she did, or he did, or whoever wrote it, because I want my kid to watch the movie. No.
Yeah.
You're the parent. You parent your kid. You know, if you don't want to watch it, say, well, let me watch it first and see, you know, X, Y, and Z. If I feel you're mature enough, then we can watch it together. Yeah. But don't try to ruin it for everybody because you want your kid to watch it. No.
Yeah, which a lot of people saw the Deadpool and the Amazing Spider-Man cartoon, which some people found was funny, and like, you know, it was voiced by Eric from Boy Meets World, and a lot of people found it funny and all that stuff, but yet and still they wanted like the Deadpool self of him was missing because it wasn't, you know, over the top crazy like that. Because the cartoon was like meant for children, and when they showed Deadpool, they tried to keep it child oriented.
Yeah, you can't, if you want to go to any comic book origin outside of Superman and Batman, you know, they're not meant for children. Majority of them are not meant for children.
Yeah.
You know, X-Men is not meant for children. As much sex and violence and killing is going on in those books, it's not meant for children. You know, Teen Titans, although they say Teen Titans, they're not meant for children.
Yeah.
You know, at all. Especially Starfire. That horror is not meant for children. You know?
And you see what happens when they try to make it for children. You get stupid stuff like Teen Titans Go.
Yeah. Now I like the original Teen Titans. That was pretty good with Slade and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, how are they gonna beat Slade? And Robert was obsessed with finding out who's. I like that. But like you said, the Teen Titans Go, it was like, what is this mess?
Yeah, and
Get this out of here.
And they were like on paper, like a comic book sitcom. That sounds interesting, but not how they did it. Not at all. And when you had something like Teen Titans to originate from, people and still in the back of their minds are going to say, "This isn't like what I used to saw. That was awesome," you know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, like for instance, Flash and Arrow. Love those two series because it's not over the top, and you know I still get the comic book feel of it.
Yeah.
You know, Deadpool has to be on big screen. He has to. And I think I was talking to a coworker at work about this. I said Daredevil cannot be on any other screen other than Netflix because it shows that he's human. And I like that aspect. I like how they did it to where when he was in the hotel, that hotel scene when he was fighting everybody and he was getting beat up and bloodied and all that stuff.
Yeah.
There was a moment in there, like right before he finished fighting or he ran at that guy with, behind the door or something like that, where he's bleeding and he took a deep breath, before he ran and kicked somebody through a door or something like that. I like that because it shows that he's human.
Yeah.
He gets tired.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that aspect of it, the realism of it. If you put Deadpool in a TV show, you gotta tone it down for, TV.
Yeah.
And a lot of parents don't see that. It's like, well, you gotta tone it down. Like, you can't have Deadpool, talking about cutting this off and doing this to that person and all kinds of stuff like in the comic books because this is TV.
Yeah. And
I see where you're talking from with that, but like it depends on what channel it's on because what that would fit on would be like Adult Swim. Well, even Adult Swim has regulations.
Yeah.
Like I get that, like they got their own limits and whatnot, but it would fit better on Adult Swim rather than Disney XD or Nickelodeon. Yeah, but even if it's on regular TV, you would still have to cut a lot of it out.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I don't want. I understand you got to trim away some of the fat to meet, movie standards or TV standards. I get that. But when you're trimming away a lot of it and all you got left is like bare meat and bones, it's like, what's the point of doing it? To make a quick buck?
Yeah, just like what happened with the last season of Boondocks, where they were slowly having to do less stuff because like it was going close to the regulations and stuff, and then the creator of the show and the comic was like left to do, I think it was like Black Jesus, which I haven't seen that, but like season 4 of the Boondocks was like horrible, and like it sent the series off in a horrible note because because they didn't have the right regulations, so they just tried to do something and it didn't work out well in their favor.
Yeah. The first 3 seasons was just hilarious.
Yeah.
But watching the 4th one, I was just like, something's not right here, and I didn't even watch the 4th one.
Yeah. Just yeah, it was hard. It was hard to watch. That one was hard to watch. That one you're watching like, okay, it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better soon, and then you're like in the last episode, you're like, it's not getting better.
Nope, that's it. Well, folks, it was a good run.
Yeah, for those 3 seasons. Other than that, but do you play Mortal Kombat, Lewis?
I do.
You do?
I do.
You dabble?
It's not my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my favorite. My favorite series is Tekken because you gotta. It's more technical with Tekken.
Yeah.
You know, with Mortal Kombat, it's just a matter of timing. Well, Tekken's a matter of timing too, but nothing feels better than pulling off a 10-hit combo with one of the hardest characters to pull off a 10-hit combo with.
Yeah.
You know, because you gotta study it.
Uh-huh.
You know, and that's why I like Tekken. You know,
I'm not really. That's the thing. I've never really been good at side fighting games. Like in like Super Smash Brothers is like the only fighting game that I'm actually good at. But then like Mortal Kombat was what I started off with playing, and I'm like, that's pretty easy, a few buttons here and there, that's good. And then like I started playing like what is it, Street Fighter, and then you have to use buttons and motions with the stick and stuff. And that was a little too complicated for me, and I'm like, I'm just gonna go back to Super Smash Brothers.
But that's the thing, like, and Chris could attest to this. Me and my older brother grew up on Street Fighter.
Yeah.
So when Chris came along, that's basically all we played. So we taught Chris how to do fireballs and uppercuts and all that other stuff. So
still got it.
Yeah. So like to me, I'll play Super Smash Brothers, but I get lost playing Super Smash Brothers because of all the calamity that's going on. Whereas with Tekken, it's like, okay, I got King, I got Brian. All right, I know what I want to do. If I time this right, I can counter your punch, do my 10-hit combo, you're on the ground, kick,
Yeah.
To me, the Tekken and the Street Fighter is more of a chess game.
More of a chess game, like a strategy.
Super Smash Brothers is more of a checkers. It's like, because I can look out and just hit you, like I'm charging something, you didn't see me and I hit you out the screen, or, you didn't press A in time to get out of my way of like my super that takes up the whole screen, that's just checkers, you're going to lose you're going to get jumped quite a few times in checkers. But if you put Zangief up against, let's say Ken, and you got somebody who knows how to use Zangief, you like, okay, I can't keep doing uppercuts because he's going to block, catch, toss me up in the air, do all kinds of stuff. And now it's like, okay, so how do I combat him? So that's why I like Street Fighter.
Yeah. You like the little strategy of like you need to know your characters to actually be good at the game. I can see that, and maybe that's why I'm like more like sophisticated with Super Smash Bros. Like like you can do, okay, if you got like Fox, and then like your friend got Fox and you got Ness, you can just press like B down, you get health when they shoot a laser at you or whatever. And that ledge grabbing thing, that's the thing that really throws me off. But like other than that, it's really more of a timing, like, hey, you need to dodge that, watch that, and that's basically it. While like on the side fighting games, it seems like you have more stuff to deal with.
And I see where both y'all are coming from.
Yeah.
And the way I see it is like Street Fighter, Tekken, and Mortal Kombat are more one-on-one. Let's see who's better right here, right now. While the Super Smash Brothers is like, hey, there's 5 of us here. Let's pop this in and just go to town.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, like, I don't mind the Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
But again, that's more like a party game. Like,
It's more like if we all get together and we wasting time before the Super Bowl, we'll pop that in because all of us can play at once. But if you really want to, okay, I'm going to smash you in this Tekken, you're like, oh, what? Now it's bragging rights because once you win that, you're like, I beat you, you know?
I can see that.
You really got to be like, again, I can look out and knock all y'all out, get the hammer and knock all y'all out, and I can say I'm the best. But, and I know there's some strategy to Smash Brothers, but when it comes to Tekken, and let's say, I got Nina and you got King, okay, so who's going to win? Because they both counter. One's a wrestler, one is an assassin, but they both could counter. So who's going to win? Yeah. And that's what I like about it. Mm-hmm. Of course, you got the cheap characters in any game. Eddie Gordo,
Meta Knight.
That other chick, Eddie Gordo. And I would say Steve Fox, but Chris changed my mind about Steve Fox because he has used Steve Fox where he didn't mush. Yeah. He actually used Steve Fox. So, and again, I've seen people use Eddie where they didn't mush.
Yeah.
But, I don't know how they do that, though.
Yeah, there's always that character, Eddie, like Sub-Zero on the new Mortal Kombat, like, and like Meta Knight.
Oh yeah, Meta Knight. Oh my goodness, overpowered cheap character.
That character was actually removed from all like tournaments in Super Smash Brothers because it's like basically a button mashing character.
Got to be, because he's overpowered for no reason.
Yeah.
But to me, I would rather lose to someone, and I tell this story all the time. When I was in the Navy, I waiting on a movie to start. I went into an arcade and I'm playing Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And this dude comes in and says, hey, you mind if I play? And I'm like, sure. And I knew I was in trouble because he automatically picked Storm, Magneto, and the Sentinel. And I was like, oh, God. As soon as the round said fight, he took everybody. I did not get a hit. In the arcade, I did not get a hit. He got a perfect. I respect you more. Y'all, it was embarrassing. Luckily, it was just us two in there. But I respect you more if you use harder to use, like a Dalsim or a Dan. I would have beaten with Dan, you know. But the person knew what they were doing. I respect you more if you beat me with those people with skills than opposed to just I beat you, and all you did was just use circle and X and move your fingers around. Yeah. It's like you didn't beat me. You're unpredictable because you don't know what you're doing. That's not a style. Well,
that's kind of like I'm gonna like this is the only game I know, so I'm putting it back into Super Smash Brothers terms. But like it's basically like if you beat somebody with either like Ness or Olimar or Jigglypuff, like those three characters, like they're hard to use if you don't know how to use them, Well, like if you get like anybody who could just like smash and hit people like Meta Knight or like a few other characters on Super Smash Bros. That just like swing their swords and stuff like that, it's better, and you respect the other person more when it's something that they're actually trying to hit combos or doing stuff instead of repeating the button.
Yeah. Spamming fireballs. It's like, is that all you can do? I mean, we can get into a fireball contest, but if you got Dalsim and you beat me, much respect to you. Because Dalsim is not an easy character to use. Dan is not an easy character to use. Blanca, Honda, people who are, Honda's kind of a cheesy character if you get that person who just keeps pressing punch.
Yeah.
But, if they do stuff where it's like, okay, they medium punch you, low punch you, headbutt you, 100-hand slap you, and then finish you off with a sumo splash, and then right before you hit the ground, headbutt you again, I respect that because that takes time.
Yeah.
that you have to put in input buttons and all that stuff. You're just not wiggling stuff. I respect that. Like, oh my goodness, okay then, I see how you coming at me. But if you get raw and all you do is run up my chest or do that rainbow kick, no, I don't respect you. You're cheap. Get out of here.
Yeah, which reminds me when Chris was playing Tekken, like we recorded it, and like there's this one guy who just kept on using his laser beam, like Evil Jin or whatever. And, like he kept on using his laser beam and just kept on shooting, like knocking him back, and then kept on shooting his laser beam at him.
Yeah, that's cheap. It's like you're not good.
Yeah.
That's one thing I don't care for in Tekken mechanics is like how come only like 4 people have a fireball and everyone else is a hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once you learn that fireball is
I'll beat you. No, you didn't. You camped. That's what you did. You had a shotgun and you went by and camped by a highly traveled area and you just shot people who came by.
Yep.
That's not skill.
Pitch your tent and everything. Put up your tent, got some s'mores, had a very good time.
You set up tent, you skinned your deer, you got your little dinner cooking at the campfire, you're camping.
Yeah.
Now,
and a guitar singing Home on the Range.
Yeah. You got to kumbaya with the rest of the campers. Now, if you got a sniper rifle, yeah. Snipers are made to camp. I have no problem if you have a sniper rifle class and you're camping. That is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
I don't get mad at that. But when you're a shotgun and all you do is just kneel down and wait for people to show up, no. Yeah. No, you can get out of here.
Because the thing is, like with the sniper, I think the only reason why you can like basically camp with a sniper is because when you're scoped in, you don't have any interaction with anything around you. So like anybody could come up, like assassinate you, backstab you, or anything, and you don't know it. But when you're in a shotgun, you just camping. You can see everything, and that's like one of those. You're just there.
I mean, and I'm sure we've all been guilty of doing it. You know, like we find that one place where it's like, oh snap, I'm gonna just shoot everybody that come in here. Yeah, I've done it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
trying to get them last few points to level up.
Yeah. But after a while, it's just like, all right, I get tired of sitting there.
Yeah.
And, there's no bragging rights.
Yeah.
There's no bragging rights when, let's just say it's a very good game, 74-74, and you just so happen, and this did happen, it was one of the old Call of Duties where you're chasing somebody, they unload on you, miss, and you got 2 bullets left, and you shoot them in the foot. And that's how you get the kill. You're like, oh, what I want. But if you're camping, that's not fun. You just shot somebody who was running up the steps.
Yeah.
That's not fun.
Back to the 2 bullets to the foot, though. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if the game's that close, you're just trying to get that last kill.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's better to be lucky than skilled. I give you that. I mean, we've
like
all
nice throws.
Yeah, we've all done it.
Some of them.
Oh man, I have. Like, who killed me? And you just watch the kill cam. Like, what son of a? But we've all done it too. Where we just
not mad.
Yeah.
Because we've done it where we just randomly throw a grenade. I've done it where I randomly threw a grenade and that was the final kill. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, you just throw a tomahawk in the air in Nuketown and then it lands on somebody miraculously.
Yeah, I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But when you use cheap characters or you got a cheap tactic, there is no bragging right. Period.
Yeah.
To me, the only thing that you could brag on being cheap, like using the same play, is in a sporting event. If your opponent can't stop the power I in Madden, keep running it until they stop it.
Yeah.
If they're not stopping Kobe from shooting a 3, keep beating Kobe the ball until they stop him.
Yeah.
If I keep hitting Odell deep, I'm not gonna stop it. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna tell you, hey, I might get a little cocky like, hey, this play, Odell's gonna catch the ball for 45 yards to the house. I told you he's gonna get. To me, sports is the only thing that you can run the same play over and over again and not be called cheap because you have to stop it.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. If you can't hit curveballs, you think I'm going to throw, anything other than curveballs? No. You can't hit curveballs. Until you prove that you can stop it multiple times, I'm going to keep striking you out with the curveball. I'm going to keep, feeding Shaq or feeding Dwight Howard the ball in the post. I'm going to keep letting beast mode run up the middle until you stop it.
Yeah.
Right. And like with sport games, it goes back to the whole chess thing because then it's offense, defense, margin or Juggernaut, who can call the play better, who can be more effective.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what it is. I don't get mad at that. And I refuse to play sports games online because, y'all spend too much time playing sports games to memorize every play. But, it's like, I don't get mad. Like, if people say, oh, man, you keep calling the same play. Well, then stop it. That's your thing. Stop it. Jonathan, your brother, Kenneth, we played, what was that, NFL quarterback club.
Mm-hmm.
And this dude, until I stopped it, he would special teams me, send everybody to me, where it was more rushers than defenders until I realized, like, oh, if I do a quick pass, he has nobody back there, so I score.
Yeah.
But he kept doing that until I figured that out. And I was getting mad, like, come on, man, quit cheating. And then, get it out.
Mm-hmm.
So I forced him to run a different play. He never did that again. But that was a strategy. Send more pass rushers than there are defenders, and let's see if he stops it.
Yeah.
He got a few interceptions, he got a few sacks and all that other stuff, but that was one of his strategies. I had to stop it.
Yeah.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. People, I personally don't play sporting games online because lag.
Yeah.
And
the person you dive for is already in the touchdown.
Yeah. Lag is the worst.
Yeah.
I'm playing Call of Duty, and I'm chasing this person down, shooting him in the back, and he disappeared behind me and killed me. Like, what? You can't do that.
Like, all I can say is you can only do that in Halo, which I've seen. Was like I played Halo, and then like you can just like you can jump over somebody's head real quick. If you have the rotation on really fast, you can rotate it and then do an assassination while you're still in the air. Now, I've seen that happen, and I've done it a few times. Now, it's very tricky, but yet still, it's one of those things where it just happens so fast. You're like, oh my goodness, it's just lagging. But like, it can actually happen.
No, this wasn't one of those things. Call of Duty, you can't jump over. Well, yeah, you can, but if they're running from you and they disappear behind you,
oh yeah,
that's not jumping. That's lag.
Yeah. Which have any of you guys ever played like a Tom Clancy game like Rainbow Siege? Like
I played Ghost
Recon?
I played Ghost Recon. I'm a Splinter Cell fan.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like I want to get Rainbow Siege, but those games kind of bore me real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Just so I kind of stay away from them.
Yeah. Like I've always put like the shooter games in like certain categories. I've always had it like as like Halo. Halo's more like on the either accuracy or party games. Like in Halo, you could like make custom maps and you can do you can play soccer with like these hammers and stuff, or like accuracy and like the regular game plays. And then like in Call of Duty, it's more speed, whereas like you have like that fast reload and like just quick scope and stuff like that. And like in Tom Clancy, it's more like going through the whole process of okay, let's make sure all this stuff is right and going through it fully, And like Tom Clancy stuff, I can't really do. Yeah.
thing I enjoyed about the spy game, with Hitman, Splinter Cell, like, if I killed somebody and the guards walk by and see their body, they actually see the body.
Yeah.
Then everyone's on alert. It's not like some games where the body's just there and they walk past it or it just fades away.
Yeah.
You're looking like, did he just disintegrate?
Yeah. Like one of the Snake games.
Yeah. The new Metal Gear is like that. Like, if you don't hide the body, they'll be on alert, and it takes quite a while for the alerts can last like a full game day. So it was one time where they were on alert, and you could get high on the game, so I got high to speed the time up, and once I came off my high, they were still looking for me. I'm like, dang it, I need to really get in this building.
And you're just like in the desert out of nowhere in a box.
Yeah, but that's what I like, because it's like, okay, if I take this person out and I leave the body, you know, I now run the risk of them being on high alert, which will make my task more difficult. Now, the only time I'll leave the body is if I'm on the way out. Like, I'm exiting the stage, headshot, all right, I'm gone. You know?
Yeah. Like, at that point, you're like, I just need to get out of here as fast as possible.
Yeah. You just don't happen to be in the way. I'm sorry. You're not going to see your little girl grow up.
Not the little girl.
Right in the field.
I'm sorry, you know. But it's like, those are the games that I really gravitate towards. Are the spy, sneaking games. You know, because I gotta plan out my move. I just can't jump down there. Well, I can, but it's something more satisfying with sneaking through without using your gun that really gets me.
Yeah. So, have you ever been addicted to like certain games that like you just can't put down?
Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear Solid.
The Bethesda games, Skyrim and Fallout.
Oh, it's funny you say that because like there's this man who sued Bethesda for Fallout 4 being too addictive. Now, like he was very far into the game, and like a lot of hours into the game where he lost his job, wife left him, and like all this stuff's going down the pooper. Yeah, and he was like, oh, Bethesda ruined my life and stuff. So
No.
That's your own fault. Yes, that's your own fault where you're not putting priorities over anything.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I want to play my game all day, but I got a job and I need my bills paid.
Yeah, I'm kind of fond of eating, so you know,
I like heat in my house.
Yeah.
My kids and my wife do like some things, so you know, you got those people where, okay, let me take that back. If that is your job, if game testing, playing a game, or you're a professional gamer is your job, fine, but you still gotta, know when to cut it off.
Yeah.
But if that's just like a hobby, or, something to do to pass the time, that's your own fault. You decided to call off work to play Fallout 4, even though to be there when you get off. You decided to neglect your wife or girlfriend or boyfriend or whoever you're involved with to play Fallout 4, even though to be there when you get back from your date. You decided to spend all your time on there. So no, I don't have any sympathy for people who claim that, their life went down the drain because of this game. No.
Yeah.
I understand games are fun. I understand they're interactive and, but you allowed it to happen.
Which is Yeah, go ahead.
We've all played games to the point where we get on at noon. Next thing we know, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and we're like, where did the time go? Heck yeah. But even at that point, it's like, you know what? Let me stop. I need to go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And here's the thing, as you get older, you'll realize it's like, okay, I'll play a few hours, depending on the game. I'll play a few hours. And I'll come back to it. Like, I got Fallout 4. I'm deep in it, but not that deep in it.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I'll come back to it. It's not one of those where it's like, oh my God, I got to finish it and blah, blah, blah. No. Like, those days have gone. And those days were like in my early life.
Mm-hmm.
In school, you're in elementary, high school. Yeah. Still living with mom and dad. You didn't have the responsibility. Like your first few years out of high school. Your first few years out of high school when you're trying to figure out what to do with your life. Yeah. And I'm not saying that you should stop playing video games or give up games and all that other stuff, but the older you get and the more you take on in life, family, career, whatever the case might be, you have to put in perspective, like, okay, what's more important? Playing Fallout 4, Grand Theft Auto 5 until 6 o'clock in the morning, knowing I got to be at work at 7:30, or playing for a few hours, having a good time, getting decent sleep so I can be refreshed to pay my bill.
Yeah. No, you have to have like certain set times for these for games. Like it's just like any other thing you do, like you like going out to like a food restaurant with a couple of friends or something like that. It's one of those things where you have to set out time for it, and you can't push out the bare necessities that you need just for something that you want to do.
Yeah. Can't go into debt trying to hang out, trying to keep up with the Joneses. And that's where, I'm guilty of it myself.
Yeah.
But after being in the red and after filing bankruptcy and hitting your head a lot, you're just like, man, it ain't even worth it,
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when you start putting in the perspective. I used to be an impulse game buyer. Like, if it looked interesting, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
But then it started getting into, well, I'm only going to buy these type of games. And now it's games that really pique my interest.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not just going to go to the game. Well, there's been times where I went to the games where like, man, I need a new game. Whatever the case might be. But it really has to pique my interest. It really has to be something that I'm willing to play, or I've seen a preview on it, or I stumbled on a YouTube video of it, where it's like, man, that was fun. I got to play it.
Mm-hmm.
I know where you're talking, what you're saying, because I keep telling Kenneth about this game called No Man's Sky. And it's this game where it's like an open universe. You're a space explorer, and the whole deal is you're trying to get to the center of the universe. Thing is, they'll start you anywhere from 40 to 100 hours out, and they'll just tell you which direction to get to the center. From there, you can go exploring however you see fit. They got it to where you can go mine planets and take what you mine to these intergalactic space stations, which is like the hub where everyone meets. I could sell you what I found, you sell me what you found. I could be a bounty hunter. I could just go around and be a space pirate. Like, things like that let me do what I want, how I want, when I want, are the games that I enjoy. And that's one game I can't wait till it comes out.
Yeah, like No Man's Sky. It sounds pretty interesting, but it's like one of those things that you have to like save up for so you don't get in debt, because like that's the thing is technologically, it's a very huge game, and like you either would have to buy a new console for it to have all the storage, or a new hard drive for it, or have one of those really good computers where you can play it on your computer. And that's one of those things of like, you have to really save up to play that game, unless they have like a smaller version of it. And if they give that smaller version, it's still not going to be the same thing because it's smaller.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And like I said, with me, it's game like because I get the Game Informer magazines and I look through it.
Mm-hmm.
So if I see a game that's coming out that sounds interesting, looks interesting, and grabs my attention, I'll keep that on the radar. Like the new Hitman. I've been a Hitman fan since it came to Xbox, PS1, PS2.
Yeah.
From the computer port. Been a Hitman fan since. So any Hitman game that comes out, I'ma get it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the stuff where it's like Dying Light, or what's a new game?
Wow.
Yeah. Where it's like, okay, let me do my research on this.
Mm-hmm.
Let me, look into this, see if it's something I want to play. If it's something that, it keeps coming up, and I keep looking at it like, okay, it sounds interesting. Yeah, okay, I'll give it a whirl.
Yeah.
But, as far as like, and I almost bought the new wrestling game, but I didn't. Thank God I didn't.
Yeah.
But it's like that's me. Give me a good storyline where I can level up characters or get magical weapons or stuff like that, and I'm happy. I got my repetitive game in 2K16. I'm starting to get away from the Call of Duties because they get boring. It's like okay, same level, same. It get kind of repetitive.
Yeah.
Just let me advance and I got the new fire sword. Let me level this up to where it takes less hits to kill the main boss than it does if I had the ice sword, or something like that.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
Like going back into doing the research of the game. Like the last game I bought was like Gary's mod for the computer, which was like a game that I saw like back in 2012, and I was like, oh, this seems like a pretty interesting like little party game and stuff like that. But like I didn't buy it at the time, and it's like it took me about like 4 years just to buy it because like I was still like, would I still continue to play it, or would I still want to play it after I buy it? I don't want to like buy. I've done it countless times where I buy a game and then I play it, complete the story, 100% it, and then I'm never gonna touch it ever again. So it's good to do like research and something that could have like a repetitive thing or a goal that's a little bit longer. Like, hey, you do it with the ice sword, now you do it with the fire sword, like you were saying.
Mm-hmm. See, but to me, nothing beats the classics like the Zeldas and the Marios. Nothing beats those. So that's what I kind of hold near and dear to my heart. Is like the old classics, the Mario 3s, where you can pop it in, play for 2-3 hours, have a good time, and come back 2-3 days later and do the same boards over and over again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gotham needed his hero. You got what? I was about to say Gotham needed its Batman. Yeah. Hey, real quick before we go, I bought that little Sega thing. It's like $40 or like $family dollar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was just Sega games on there. I thought it would. Yeah, me and my son were playing Future Rage too. I would advise if you get that, go invest in a real actual Sega controller.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they got those actual Sega games. I was like, oh snap. But the missus is kind of mean mugging me right now, so.
Yeah, we'll let you go.
All right, y'all. I had a good time talking to y'all today.
Yeah.
It was good talking with you too.
Yeah, we'll have to have you on another time, man.
Yeah. Okay, so how do we get a hold of y'all?
Y'all, like you can like we have a Facebook page and we have a YouTube. I can send you the links.
Please do, because like I said, I'm trying to get my channel up.
Yeah.
I don't want to use my phone because I don't like the quality of it.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get my phone up or get my camera.
Mm-hmm.
I got out of the computer and I saw like these 2 programs I could get for like $350. So
yeah.
I'll be looking to do all that pretty soon.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Keep us posted on that, and also don't forget to send me your links and the stuff you want, and I'll put in the description of this podcast.
Okay.
You have a good one, man.
All right, now be good or be good at it. All right. All right. Later. And if not, I'll just run with it.
Go ahead.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've spent a perfectly good chunk of your time with us, the CK crew. As always, I'm Steve White, once again joined by the Latvian lettuce, the Canadian cucumber himself, K Bird. Don't ask. I just ran with it.
You just ran with it.
Canadian cucumber.
Just like Larry.
Yep, just like Larry, except it's Larry A.
Oh yeah.
You gotta add the A.
Larry A. Yeah. Sorry.
This is a so long from the BK Bright crew.
Have a good one.
Walk around. ASA Brown.
Good Lord Jesus is a fire.